Podlaskie is the land of the confluence of cultures, Polish, Belarusian, Ukrainian and Lithuanian, and is indicative of the ethnic territories limits. Eastward of Podlaskie lie ethnically non-Polish lands, while westward ethnically non-West Ruthenian and non-Lithuanian lands too. Today, mainly Polish and Ruthenian is spoken in Podlaskie, while Lithuanian is preserved by the small but compact Lithuanian minority concentrated in the Sejny County. Statistics. At the end of 2009 in Podlaskie Voivodeship there were 1,189.7 thousand inhabitants, 3.1% of the total population of Poland. The average density of the population, the number of the population per 1 square kilometer, was 59. The urban population in the same period was 60.2% of the total number of inhabitants of the voivodeship, where the percentage of females in the total population amounted to 51.3%. A statistical inhabitant of Podlaskie was 37.7 years old, whereas in 2008 37.5 years old. The latest population projection predict consistent decrease in the population in Podlaskie Voivodeship. In the next 26 years it will decrease by 117,000 persons due to the aging of the population. In 2009 in Podlaskie Voivodeship there were 7,557 marriages registered, 3.6% fewer than in 2008. At the same time there were 40 divorces decreed, 11.1% more than 2008, and 117 separations, 19.9% fewer than 2008. During 2009 there were 12,202 live births noted, a 2.2% increase over 2008. At the same time 12,165 people died, a 4.5% more than 2008. Natural increase in 2009 reached 37 persons. In 2009 there were 10,973 persons who moved to Podlaskie from other voivodeships and 400 from abroad. Conversely, there were 12,625 persons who moved from Podlaskie to other voivodeships of Poland and 469 out of Poland completely. The balance of migration was statistically similar to the one noted in 2008, a net decrease of 1721 persons. History. Until the 19th century, Podlaskie was populated by the Polish-speaking gentry, Jews, and Ruthenian Orthodox and Greek Catholics speaking a dialect related to modern Ukrainian, the so-called Karklik dialect, which derived its name from a derogatory term for Ukrainians. In the 19th century, the inhabitants of Podlaskie were under the rule of the Russian Empire, with southern Podlaskie constituting a part of Russian-controlled Congress Poland. After 1831, Russian authorities forbade the Greek Catholic faith in northern Podlaskie and it disappeared from the area. In 1875, Russians forbade this rite in southern Podlaskie as well, and all Greek Catholic inhabitants were forced to accept the Eastern Orthodox faith. However, the resistance of the local people was surprisingly strong and Ruthenian speakers from this area rejected the Orthodox faith. In 1874, Wincenty Luerniak and 12 companions were killed by Russian soldiers in Pratulin. In reaction to these measures, the Ruthenians of Podlaskie began to identify themselves with the national movement of the Catholic Poles. In 1912, Russian authorities issued a tolerance edict that made it possible to change confessions from Orthodox to Roman Catholic. A majority of the inhabitants of southern Podlaskie changed the faith from Orthodox to Roman Catholic. At present, very few people in Podlaskie continue speaking Ruthenian, and nearly all consider themselves Poles. The counties along the border with Belarus are populated by Belarusians. Podlaskie is also the cultural center of Poland's Tartar minority as well. After the annexation of eastern Poland into the Soviet Union following World War II, Poland was left with only two Tartar villages, Bohoniki and Kruszyniany. A significant number of the Tartars in the territories annexed to the USSR repatriated to Poland and clustered in cities, particularly Białystok. In 1925, the Muslim Religion Association, Muzułmańskie Związek Religijny, was formed in Poland in Białystok. In 1992, the Organization of Tartars of the Polish Republic with autonomous branches in Białystok and Gdansk began operating. A number of Polish Tartars from Podlaskie emigrated to the U.S. at the beginning of the 20th century and settled mostly in the northeastern states. A small but active community of these descendants of Lipka Tartars still exists in New York City. The Islamic Center of Polish Tartars in New York City until recently had its own mosque in Brooklyn.